So this is KCSE question, income tax. For the last 3 years, Kenya National Examination Council did not test questions related to this topic or subtopic. So probably this year, KCSE 2025 may include these type of questions. So be attentive as we go through the process. The first question is asking us to find the taxable income. The formula for finding the taxable income is we take the basic salary, as you can see from the board, which is 52,000, and then add to the allowances. In this case, you have got two allowance, house allowance and commuter allowance. So taxable income is BS, which stands for basic salary, plus all allowances. So our basic salary is 52,000 plus house allowance of 7,800 plus commuter allowance of 5,000. So this will give us a taxable income of Kenyan shilling 64,800. The next question is asking us about net tax. Now, net tax is calculated by using the taxable income. Our taxable income was 64,800, and we're going to subdivide that 64,800 into bands, we call bands, and then multiply by the tax rate, which is in terms of percent. So the 64,800, we're going to start by taxing the first 11,180 and multiply the rate, which is 10%. This will give us 1,118. Then we keep on taxing another portion of the taxable income. And the next portion is determined by subtracting 21,714 and 11,180. When you subtract that two, we get 10,534, and that goes to the second band where the rate is 15%. And that will give us 1,580.10. Then we keep on going to the third band where the amount you're going to tax is determined by subtracting 32,248 and 21,714. So when you go to the third band, we subtract the highest amount in the third band minus the highest amount in the second band. And that will still give us 10,534. And that goes to the third rate, which is 20%. This will give us, so we keep on taxing or subdividing the 64,800 into portions until we come close to 64,800. So far, we have taxed 3 portions of the 64,800, which is almost 30,000. So we are not yet close to 64,800. So what you're going to do now is we go and proceed to the fourth band, and to know the amount you're taxing, always you have to subtract the band, the highest amount in the current band minus the highest amount in the previous band. So now we are in the fourth band. The highest amount is 42,782. Then we subtract that 2,248, and that will still give us 10,534. And the amount of tax that is that we are going to charge is 25% of that amount. 25% of that will give us 2,633.50. Now, when you look at this calculation, on the left side, I indicated one, we have the income. And on the right side, I indicated two, we have tax. So for every 11,180, the tax is 1,118. For every 10,534, depending on the percentage, the tax is on the right side. Now, what we're going to do is that we are now in the last band, which means that this amount, if you add them together, it is 42,782, which is in the last band. So the remaining amount is determined by taking the total taxable income, which was 64,800, and then subtracting 42,782. So when you subtract 64,800 minus 42,782, the remaining amount goes to the last band where the rate is 30%. So the remaining amount is 22,018 shilling, and that goes to the last band where the tax rate is 30%, and this gives us 6,605.40. So what you're going to do is that we're going to add the amount on the right side, which is the tax. And if you add the amount on the left side, if you add them together, you get 64,800. And I want you to prove that. I want you to put in the comment section, when you add together the amount on the left side, this is going to give you our taxable income, but gives you a different answer. So let me know in the comment section what you get. Now, our main job is to look for what we refer as gross tax. Gross tax means the total tax, and that is the sum on the right side. When you add 1,118 all the way to 6,605 shilling, the amount you're going to get is called gross tax or total tax. So when you add them together, that gives us 14,043 shillings, 0.8. That is the total tax. We call it total tax. Our question is asking us net tax. And normally, the net tax is given by the gross tax, which is the total tax, minus the personal relief, So this gives us a gross tax is 14,043.8 minus our personal tax relief was 1,280 according to the question. That's 1,280, and when you subtract, this gives us our net tax 12,763